they resort to imitating an already well-known and trustworthy family-friendly content creator and uploading content that uses their original characters in all sorts of sexually suggestive or straight up violent ways for shock value in order to get more clicks. But my personal theory is that YouTube has been aware of it the whole time.
I need y'all to understand that the things that you are exposed to when you are that age, hard to express it in words. How much like this can literally affect you for the rest of your life until you die. Subscribe!
Here we go again. Minecraft Kids content is among some of the most popular and profitable niches on the YouTube platform.
Yes.
And has been ever since the game came out. It's what I, and probably you, if you're watching this video, consumed in some capacity growing up. However, somewhere along the way, things changed, and what once was a community filled with wholesome YouTubers, mostly, who made their content with good morals and intentions in mind, has now been almost completely overrun by selfish vultures who abuse this niche daily, spitting out low-effort, mind-numbing slop content that constantly
This is for kids? This is for kids. This is, just to be clear, this is for kids.
exposes their viewers to all sorts of shocking, violent, and sexually suggestive imagery for a few extra clicks. All of this
To Pomni? I don't think that Amazing Digital Circus, I've not watched that shit because I got turned off immediately by some of the wretched ass art I saw of Pomni, gonna be honest with you, made me super duper uncomfortable. However, that's not something for kids. They cuss in that show, no? Like they cuss a lot. You see a lot of crazy shit in that show, I believe.
was covered in my previous video on the subject. However, what I didn't mention was that I left a lot of things out in that video.
Why are we playing Brazilian funk? It's straight up Brazilian funk.
Disgusting, harrowing things that probably would have gotten my channel completely demonetized. But after seeing the overwhelming support for my last video and the infinite amount of people commenting their personal, horrifying stories with this content, I feel obligated to get to the bottom of this rabbit hole. A rabbit hole worse than you and I could have ever imagined.
Where to go first?
The video you just watched is from a channel called Afmao. Afmao is one of the many content creators on this platform who makes Minecraft videos specifically catered towards a very young audience. Upon first
Afmao. Why do I remember that name? There's something about that name I really, really remember. I swear. No, I don't know nothing about Minecraft stuff is a thing. Afmao is like, I swear somebody somebody talked about that in a stream. I don't know why I remember it. It was like a really weird run-in that I had a super, super long time ago about Afmao. I don't know. Something about that is like tickling my brain. I don't know what that is. Sorry.
glance, this content might seem pretty cringeworthy, and that's because it is. I was originally going to make this comparison to the Minecraft YouTubers I watched growing up, but honestly, especially compared to them, this content is very hard to watch. But despite this, there's still one reason all of these channels, old and new, have stuck to and continue to churn out family-friendly orientated Minecraft content: money. While you and I may never watch an Afmao video in our lives, there is clearly a massive younger audience for it, not necessarily on YouTube, but rather its subsidiary app, YouTube Kids. In a census done back in 2021, the United States government discovered that around 75% of households with children under the age of 5 owned some sort of tablet for their kids. And in 2023, it was reported that YouTube Kids had over 600 million individual downloads, with that number growing exponentially each year. Unfortunately, it's becoming increasingly common nowadays for newer parents to rely on apps like this as a way to keep their child entertained without having to put in any actual effort, letting them sit and watch hours of content unsupervised under the guise that it's a completely safe way for them to consume content.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think kids should be allowed to have mobile devices that connect to the internet. But I don't think that kids should have access like to YouTube at all, or YouTube, any of that shit, Discord, none of that shit, until they're like minimum 16. But honestly, I just like I do not think kids should have access to the YouTube. My sisters to have that. I don't like it. I don't trust YouTube to be able to moderate it. It obviously doesn't. It's weird. No, don't let kids on the internet. Genuinely, don't let kids on the internet. This shit is not safe.
And the result? Channels like AFMAO earning almost 500 million views and millions of dollars each month. Fortunately for us, AFMAO is one of the better examples out of this whole niche. She does things by the books, and aside from it being a little cringy, their content is educational, suitable, and safe for kids.
Right.
AFMAO School, on the other hand, is absolutely unacceptable. They too make Minecraft related videos targeted towards children. However, the methods in which they gain their views are a little different. Instead of building a reliable and trustworthy brand,
It's harder to enforce that when a lot of schoolwork requires internet these days. Yeah, I don't give a f. That is your job as a parent, to protect your kids and make sure you know what is going on in their lives and to keep them safe from danger. I don't care if it's harder to enforce it.
that both parents and the young viewers who watch can trust, they resort to imitating an already well-known and trustworthy family-friendly content creator and uploading content that uses their original characters in all sorts of sexually suggestive or straight-up violent
These
ways
thumbnails.
for shock value in order to get more clicks. This manipulative strategy tricks the YouTube algorithm into recommending them alongside videos of the real content creator they're impersonating, sometimes resulting in these fake videos gaining millions more views.
How does this not get taken down for impersonation then? Back then was wild as f. That's not back then. This is current. I believe that's the point, right? How's it, this hasn't been taken down? Does this still exist? Wait. It still exists. No, this is still there. They posted 14 minutes ago. This is not past tense. This is current. Weird. How is this not taken down for impersonation? For obvious impersonation.
Than the original. I mean, this channel alone has made roughly over $100,000 in just a short year and a half they've been posting content. They also have 118,000 subscribers, which is more than me, so please subscribe. And of course,
It's more than me too. Please subscribe.
AFMAO School is just one small example of the many perpetrators who make money this way. Pretty much every Minecraft kids YouTuber you can think of has one, if not multiple, of these garbage-filled impersonation channels made using their brand, all of which are individually made with the sole purpose of generating insane amounts of money, inadvertently exposing a plethora of disgusting and inappropriate themes in their content to millions of unexpecting children, including—
How is this not bannable for impersonation? How is this not bannable for impersonation? Literally, I'm shocked. I'm bewildered. How is this not bannable for impersonation? This is obvious, objective impersonation. Also weird, like obviously weird for kids. But like, what do you mean?
but not limited to—
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world reality.
But it's okay, I have a gun. We just tied you to the bed. Just don't shout.
There's no shot. I actively, every part of my body, every part of my soul wants to just say that was faked somehow for like attention for this. This is not only on YouTube. This is on YouTube Kids, dude. No, listen, this is not just YouTube. This is YouTube Kids content. This is YouTube Minecraft on YouTube Kids. This is literally, that's something they also have to select. They literally have to manually select. This content is made for kids. Tied you to the bed, just don't shout. That's crazy.
And everything will be fine. We're going to the girl's house. We knock them out and then tie them to the bed. We take scissors and cut their clothes.
I want to believe that this is fake so
But
bad.
like I said, I've already discussed this before in my previous video. However, what I was very stupid to neglect at the time was that long-form video isn't the only form of media a person can consume on this platform, with the other obviously being YouTube Shorts, to which I've come to learn not only has all of the same problems,
my
but
God.
for a myriad of reasons, is actually so much worse. By doing as little as searching up Minecraft in the YouTube search bar, we can find a plethora of different channels posting these quote-unquote Minecraft animations in the Shorts tab, all with preview images that, if left uncensored, would probably get this video demonetized, and all with tens, sometimes hundreds of millions of views each. The main difference between anything I've talked about in the past and these quote-unquote Minecraft animation shorts
there
is
it
the
is.
way
Steve, I'm
in
stuck.
which the content gets recommended to viewers. As mentioned previously, the most common strategy for these fake quote-unquote family-friendly channels to lure in new viewers is to create the most shocking and attention-grabbing title and thumbnail they can, whether that be by using gruesome, violent, or sexually suggestive imagery.
BBL microwave for kids. Got it. Very cool. BBL thong, by the way. Microwave head for kids. Let's go.
In
Very
order to
appropriate.
stand out in the
Big
viewer's
titties, too.
recommendation feed in comparison to other videos, subsequently resulting in more clicks, more views, and more money. After all, that's the only reason they even exist in the first place. However, YouTube Shorts work a little differently. Since YouTube limits their shorts to a maximum length of only 60 seconds, as well as having no support for custom thumbnails, these channels instead lure the viewers in with the actual content of the video. And yeah, very quickly it becomes apparent that these quote-unquote animations are just straight softcore pornography using Minecraft to mask itself as family-friendly content to bypass the YouTube Kids algorithm to get, like I said, tens, sometimes
That was literally content for children, by the way, on kids YouTube Kids.
hundreds of millions of views each. Not to mention the fact that these channels specifically abuse the system and take advantage of the way YouTube Shorts are set up. Everyone knows that YouTube Shorts has this sort of doom scroll / infinite scroll interface, where
Right.
instead of giving the viewer a bunch of random recommendations and then allowing them to specifically choose what kind of content they want to consume, the app practically just shoves a bunch of random videos in the viewer's face without a choice, and no matter how much they might not be interested, they will always watch at least a small portion of it before scrolling away. Channels like 11.3 know this, and that's why they made sure to put Minecraft characters that look like this in the very first second of each video. It's not even like they're trying to hide it.
What was even happening in that? What in God's name was even happening in that? I'm shook. I'm shook.
This channel, Alex and Steve Animation, which has 5.3 million subscribers and over 1.6 billion views, not only does the exact same thing, but they also have a direct link to
They're doing ah hey gal faces. Look at that. YouTube Kids. Very appropriate for children. The concept of ah hey gal.
link to a Patreon account that creates fully NSFW drawings and videos accessible by anybody with just one click. The craziest thing is, this isn't even the first time someone's spoken out about these issues. A handful of creators have already made similar videos, both calling out YouTube on this massive problem, as well as encouraging their audience to mass report any bad channels they've mentioned. But every time, YouTube manually demonetizes and shadow bans the video and the algorithm, specifically for showcasing clips of all the nasty things these channels upload. In fact, friend of the channel and fellow YouTuber The Mr. Epic uploaded 2 separate videos calling out these channels to YouTube, while taking the extra step to manually blur and censor anything that might be considered non-advertiser friendly. Yet
Editor's note, go ahead and just totally blur what was on them. Just like completely. Or just cut that part out. Honestly, I don't really care. I'd like this to not be demonetized or be shadow banned because I think it should be posted. I think people should see this. I think as many people should see this as possible. Like, that's absolutely foul that you get shadow banned and get demonetized for posting something that is allowed on YouTube Kids, bro. They're allowed to post that.
still, despite his best efforts, both videos would get demonetized. All the while, the original content that was being used in his video and all of the channels related to it are not only still active, but continue to remain fully monetized as well. So
Foul.
basically, I'm just wondering
Genuinely foul.
what happened with those 2 videos that got demonetized. Can you kind of explain the situation around that?
First one, which I uploaded last year, that one was demonetized after about, I think, 2 days. Interestingly, what happened was, rather than the video just outright being like a stop being pushed or stop being showed, it actually like did this weird thing I haven't seen before where it like intentionally blurred the thumbnail. I hadn't seen that happen before, but I was like, oh well, that sucks. The second video I then uploaded, which was only a few months ago now, I was a lot more careful. Like, I went out of my way to censor it even more. Interestingly, this time I actually got more information because I had like a partner manager who I got around the time, and he gave me an update saying that basically it was the thumbnail once again, despite me obviously obviously censoring it more than the original thumbnails, but also this 1-2-second clip of like, I don't even know what characters they are. They're like some weird like kids characters in like a somewhat provocative looking position from another YouTube video, mind you.
Yeah.
And that was basically it. And this was after a human reviewer plus my partner manager pushing to get it unage restricted, and then nothing could change. So yeah.
And at this point, you may be wondering why. Why would YouTube
That's absolutely foul. And then I remember those you remember those bots from a couple weeks, that video we watched? It was a Turkey Tom video. Essentially like that we're distributing and helping people find unsafe content like around children. I don't know how to say the words in a way that YouTube doesn't get mad at. I think about that, and then I think about this, and I think about the effort to specifically demonetize and shadow ban something like that. And I just feel YouTube needs to get their shit together, because this is crazy. This is crazy. To demonetize a video that is monetized on YouTube Kids for having inappropriate content, but it's bad here, not on YouTube Kids, is crazy as.
despite obviously having the resources and ability to do so, still not take any action to fix this glaring issue with YouTube and YouTube Kids, but at the same time actively silence anyone who decides to speak out and make a video about it? Well, we can't be certain, but my personal theory is that YouTube has been aware of it the whole time.
They should be. If it is the kids version, right? If it is the version of the app for kids, right? It's YouTube for kids. They should have been aware of it, and also should have gotten that off the platform already. I don't care about their money on this one. That's weird as having kids. That was straight up like peeping Tom content that we saw earlier. There's no reason that kids should be at all, even slightly, have access to. Not even on accident do I think they should have access to that. That's crazy. I don't give a fuck about their revenue on that. YouTube makes enough money to ban that kind of shit. That's foul. That's disgusting. They're also literally, most of those were, in fact, by the way, still, that was literally impersonation. Those were impersonation channels that on top of it were making completely inappropriate content for kids. That's disgusting.
I mean, think about it. These channels generate billions of views and, by proxy, an unfathomable amount of money. This revenue is generated entirely from the money advertisers pay to have their ads displayed on these videos, which honestly can be a problem in itself. I'm sure Apple would be just delighted to know that their ad is getting placed on a video and where a popular children's character gets buried alive. Like, what? YouTube splits this ad revenue with the creator, giving 55% of the share to them and keeping 45% for themselves. Once you start to factor in the hundreds of other channels uploading the same inappropriate content that simply haven't been documented yet, most likely thousands if we—
Huh? I'm shook. I'm shook. I don't even I'm shocked. That's foul.
If we include the accounts outside of the Minecraft niche posting the same, if not even worse content with other well-known characters, you can start to paint the picture of why YouTube theoretically might want to turn a blind eye. It makes up a small but notable chunk of their revenue each year. In YouTube's eyes, throwing all morals, ethics, and damage this content is inflicting on the millions of children who use this platform every single day, getting rid of it means that YouTube would be passing up a significant amount of money, and we all know—
I don't care. I don't care. There's limits. There's limits. There's limits to where it's like, oh, corporate greed. No, this shit is legitimately, if that being shown to children is dangerous. It is bad for, that is actually legitimately so far outside of where children should be shown some like that. That is so, that is that as an adult, you would be weird for being into. You know what I mean? This is showing that even as an adult, it would be taboo for you to say oh, I like this. Oh, I want to see this. Oh, I like that kind of stuff. And this is being shown to kids, bro. That is insane. It's actually really, really bad. I cannot even express to you how bad it is.
they would never do that.
YouTube ads are getting worse, so YouTube is testing server-side ads on YouTube, which means that instead of using an ad blocker on YouTube to bypass the annoying ad that you get, you're going to be forced to watch it.
So instead, they decided to take the much easier route of ignoring the problem for as long as possible, knowing they have plausible deniability because they could just blame their algorithm or something like that. Oh, we had no idea this was such a big problem. It's just an issue with our algorithm. And quietly rake in massive amounts of money.
Yeah, I don't care. Because the thing is the Elsa Gate, the Spider-Man versus Elsa, That shit already happened. Y'all don't get a second chance when this is way more egregious. This is so far outside of that. Like, this is so bad. Like, even just the thumbnails. I don't even want to look at these videos. This should make me sick. But the thumbnails themselves are obviously, and it's like weird, fascistic, like real weird as. This is just happening on the platform that I post my commentary reaction videos on,
while simultaneously silencing individual creators who make videos attempting to expose and raise awareness about this issue, because unfortunately, we are a much smaller and easier target to deal with.
If my videos, which are like more censored than the ones online, are getting flagged, and the human reviewer is saying that, hey, this is not appropriate, we can't have this, and how are like complete full channels allowed to exist, right? Like, they need to fix their human review system and either allow my content, or they need to block other content that I've increasingly censored, right? Like, it can't be this weird middle ground where somehow my videos are being censored yet the other ones are not.
Deadass. I had to deal with a manual review, like human review, on a video about kids hacking Xbox. I have to get most of my content manually reviewed, even though increasingly my videos are heavily censored to the point of being pretty absurd. Like, my videos are specifically mega super censored at this point because I used to be able to say the F word every so often, and I still say it, but we just blank out literally everything. All cuss words, all that stuff, everything is blanked out all the time. My videos get ad restricted, and I have to deal with manual reviews for tags in my description. For the wrong word, I put ruined instead of killed, and I got limited ads. I had to change the title back. I'll make an adult joke occasionally, right? I'll cuss. Sometimes we watch things that have sensitive topics in them, but literally, like, every single one of my videos at this point I have to deal with limited ads because I have to go through and figure out, like, literally, it's my tags, it's my titles, it's my description. Like, everything will get my ads limited. And it's so frustrating. And this is allowed to be on the platform at the same time when there is nothing, like, gross advertiser unfriendly, nothing in any of my content. But we can have this for kids specifically. That's insane.
In my previous video, I touched on the proven and lasting side effects that watching this content from such a young age can do to an individual in the long term. Multiple studies have proven that children's ages 0 to 8, the primary target of both YouTube Kids and these channels, are in the most formative years of their life.
Yes.
Everything they do, learn, and consume in these years play a huge part into shaping the type of person they'll be for the rest of their lives.
100%.
This is why traditional kids programming such as PBS Kids always ends with a positive, educational, and age-appropriate lesson being learned. It's because all shows on the network are specifically designed to support a child's development in these crucial years and promote healthy, positive behavior as seen in their official educational guidelines. But you know what platform isn't properly regulated and is quickly becoming more popular than traditional programming? YouTube and YouTube Kids. Studies show that children exposed to violent and suggestive
The thing is like, it's not just this, right? It's not just this kind of stuff. It's also that weird ass Cocomelon shit where, like, they're basically trying to figure out how best to hypnotize your kids, and it's causing, like, language development delays. First of all, again, I know somebody's gonna be in the comments going, oh, but the parents. Yeah, no. The parents should have control over what their kids are watching. You know that that's not happening. That does not make this okay, especially when it is specifically marketed to children. These are not even the worst of the thumbnails. I need y'all to understand. This is like on the scale of these thumbnails, this is like a 1. They're like a 1 or a 2. These thumbnails get to 10. It's bad. But, like, yes, obviously parents have a culpability where they need to take care of their kids and they need to know what they're watching. At the same time, this is specifically marketed to kids and will be shown in their algorithm regardless of that. That's up. I don't care. That's the platform's fault. That's disgusting.
Yeah, at such a young age can develop lasting trauma and create serious damage to the development of the brain. And that's exactly what's reflected in the comments of my last video. Ever since I was 9, I've been exposed to sexual content on YouTube, and ever since then, my life has gotten a lot worse. I keep getting random headaches and can't focus on one thing for more than 60 minutes at a time. I've also had a lot of memory losses due to this content and have sadly developed an addiction. Not me, but my friend used to watch these videos. He developed a severe addiction. It took him months to stop. When I was little, a bunch of these Minecraft and Elsagate videos popped up, and from then, for 8 years, I have I am one who is exposed to this. This is an extremely big problem. This is really effective. Messes with the mind. Bro, I used to watch this shit too, and it's given me horrible trauma and got me addicted to it. I just turned 18 a week ago, and YouTube back in 2016, 2017 messed me up in such a big way. I struggled with so much depression, and being exposed to so much vile content ruined my perception on myself and how I act subconsciously. And I've lost a lot of my most important years and lessons where I should have been properly taught about that stuff when I was ready. In their official...
It's so, like, I cannot, it's honestly, it's like, this is doing a good job of understanding, like, the emotional aspect of how damaging this is. Like, I need y'all to understand that the things that you are repeatedly, especially repeatedly, but the things that you are exposed to when you are that age, it can determine how your brain develops for, like, until, like, it's done developing, right? Like, it can literally change your brain in a way that you will have to deal with forever, because those are, again, like he said, it's the formative years, quite literally forming. Your brain is forming around your experiences then. The more they see it, the worse it is. Like, it's really, like, it's so insanely, like, stupidly harmful. It's hard to even say how harmful. It's, like, hard to express it in words. How much, like, this can literally affect you for the rest of your life until you die. Your brain is quite literally making connections for the first time, and you are showing it violent, foul content.
Blog post from February 2021, YouTube announced that the YouTube Kids app had over 35 million weekly users. Since then, the app has almost doubled its total number of downloads. So if we do a little bit of math here, accounting for both of these numbers and other things like trends and higher user engagement, this means that every day, the estimated 70 to 80 million users of this platform have a good chance of being exposed to these kinds of videos and then having to deal with the life-altering, long-lasting effects as a result. At first glance, people might point the blame at the individuals running these disgusting channels, and while they are definitely at fault here, I believe it's actually YouTube that should be held the most responsible. On any social media platform, there will always be malicious people looking to exploit the system for their own personal gain. However, as long as the platform is aware of this and actively tries to fix and prevent those exploits from happening, then the situation can be managed effectively. However, YouTube hasn't exactly had the best track record of doing that.
You need to understand, I know that y'all are in here saying like, oh, back when it was really bad, there was hentai, whatever. You need to understand, these are kids. These are kids videos. These are YouTube Kids. This is supposed to be the app that is specifically for children after they had issues with the Elsa Gate stuff and all of that. Or not Elsa Gate, but like Elsa, Spider-Man, Elsa, inappropriate side, right? This is the app that was created to prevent kids from seeing inappropriate content. And this is what's being shown on there.
In 2017, parents began to complain that strange videos were popping up on YouTube Kids.
Yep.
So lately, every time I go on YouTube, there's these really strange videos showing up on my trending page. I mean, they seem to be aimed at young kids, but they're super creepy and disturbing. These videos almost always use what are otherwise household family-friendly characters such as Spider-Man and Elsa, doing a variety of blatantly inappropriate or disturbing things, but tagged in such a way as to circumvent YouTube's child safety algorithms and appear on the homepage of YouTube Kids. This phenomenon would not go unnoticed, as more and more of these channels began to pop up, all with hundreds of millions of views each. The number of concerned parents complaining and demanding a fix from YouTube began to significantly increase, and eventually this disturbing trend would catch the attention of major news outlets who would also begin to raise their alarm bells via a bunch of extremely well-written articles.
If you ever let your child watch YouTube videos, we have got a warning for you. Some people are creating disturbing cartoons, making them appear kid-friendly, only to get your children to watch inappropriate content.
That's for our consumers.
All covering.
I don't remember. I know Spider-Man versus Elsa, like that era was really bad, right? I get it. Like it was bad and I remember, but I don't remember any of it being quite on this level. Like I was way closer to the side of suggestive and not nearly as close to like just straight up like this is like, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
An event commonly referred to as Elsagate. Yet despite receiving mainstream attention, mass reports, and millions of individual complaints, YouTube did almost nothing to fix the situation. Until November 27th of that year, when in a BuzzFeed article, YouTube finally announced they were cracking down on the problem, removing over 150,000 of these inappropriate videos and demonetizing over 2 million more. Please note that this announcement, while positive and overall a pretty big win for the platform, just so happened to occur only 3 days after a bunch of major brands and advertisers had pulled out due to the entire scandal. YouTube, years later, would also get fined $170 million by the FTC, partially for having such a glaring issue with their quote-unquote kids content and child safety rules. As a result of this, YouTube would also update their guidelines to ban any inappropriate use of quote family entertainment characters and also implement a brand new labeling system.
Huh. We're not allowed to use them for that purpose. That's so interesting, given what I just saw. Also, again, this is something that you have to choose. You choose to say it is made for kids. Mine is always, no, it's not made for kids. My content is not for children. If you're a child, go the away. I don't want you here. Bye, 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 bye. Go to summer camp or something, or go do your homework. Get the out of here. I don't want you here. But you have to literally, physically click, yes, it's made for kids. And you have to agree when you click on that you understand what it means that it's made for kids and that it's appropriate for children. Like, that's the thing, is like these channels are specifically choosing to make it for kids,
forcing creators to decide whether or not their videos are made for kids. If a video is determined to be made for kids, it will lose a majority of features that normal videos have, such as the comment section, and most importantly, personalized ads and a majority of ad revenue. But if that's the case, then how are these channels, which are clearly targeted towards children, still able to make so much money? And the answer is about as simple as it is aggravating. To be honest, it really doesn't matter what option the creator chooses, as both types of content, even ones specifically marked as not for kids, actively get recommended through the YouTube Kids app, as long as the video looks family friendly enough in the eyes of the algorithm by.
Yeah, him stealing their panties is so family friendly. That's, yeah, you know, all of the, in Peppa Pig, that happens all the time. I don't know about y'all, but when I was watching Blue's Clues, Steve Lovin's stealing panties. It's super normal. I see that all the time in kids shows. That's very family friendly.
Loading up the thumbnail with a bunch of bright colors and swapping out any potentially dangerous words like rape with prank or with love curse, it will get recommended just the same. And there's a really easy way to prove this that you can do yourself. Just go to literally any of the channels I've mentioned so far, click on a random video, and take a look at the engagement on the actual video. For example, this video has 213,000 views, yet only 1,100 likes and only 40 comments. This is because when you watch a video on YouTube Kids, it doesn't have any of the extra buttons or features. It only allows you to watch the video. But since the video is still coming from YouTube, it still counts as a view. And the only engagement that's actually getting left on the video is from other kids using the regular YouTube app, probably using their parents' account. And yeah, it's pretty easy to tell by the quality of the comments here. Kind of funny how even though YouTube implemented these supposed changes to make the platform safer, it appears it's now easier than ever to run one of these content farms. Due to its simple editing style, low production costs, hell, even the recent developments in AI technology specifically for.
It's like there's a part of me as a YouTuber, right? Because I at this point now, I make most of my revenue from YouTube. There's a part of me that's like, oh, I don't want to deal with like a ad gate, you know? I don't want to deal with another adpocalypse because that cuts into my bottom line. But I guess for me, it's like, genuinely, who cares? The thought of kids growing up seeing this kind of content about Minecraft characters, Poppy Playtime, like there's a bunch of them, Sonic, like seeing this on YouTube Kids where they're supposed to be protected, I don't really give a fuck about that money. I'm gonna be honest. I know some YouTubers think that crazy. That's crazy. I don't want my financial like to be at the like risk of these kinds of channels being continuing to be like allowed to be monetized. And if this type of shit is like necessary for YouTube to keep around, that's not the kind of business that I don't know. I don't think that's nasty. That's gross, dude. And again, I can't even like, dude, some of these thumbnails, I think that they would be Twitch TOS, much less YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause Twitch TOS is, especially for like thumbnails, like YouTube's requirements for thumbnails is stricter than Twitch's entire TOS. I think that some of this would be Twitch TOS. Like, I genuinely think that I have a potential, if somebody like reported it or whatever, that I would get in trouble for showing you some of this. I'm legitimately shocked. Like, actually, truly, from the bottom of my heart, this on YouTube is foul. And again, this is on YouTube Kids.
voice lines and text-to-speech, it's no problem for a single person with no moral compass and enough free time to start operating a network of these channels, pumping out dozens of these videos a week, all while facing absolutely zero public repercussion or backlash and remaining completely anonymous. In other words, it's the perfect crime. But let's take a step back for a moment and explore.
This channel has 1 billion views that I'm looking at. Over 1 billion views. 4.59 million subscribers. They also have an alternative Spanish-speaking channel.
Or a rather outlandish question. What if the owner actually wants to be found?
What?
This is Neil. For the sake of anonymity, that's obviously not his real name, but as you can probably guess by now, Neil makes a living by owning and operating one of these Minecraft Kids content farms. However, for many reasons we'll dive into shortly, they might just be the worst of the worst.
What do you
Because
mean?
it's one thing to
What do you mean?
upload
What do
this
you mean?
disgusting content with the goal of monetary gain. But what's even more worrying and truly vile is owning channels like these, then trying to communicate with your audience and lure them off the site. Earlier this year, on January 26th,
There's no shot that this... there's no shot. I have been consuming nothing but cursed, awful content today, dude. There's no shot. There's no shot.
a YouTuber named The Beak uploaded a video showcasing his discovery of a very strange set of channels which impersonate characters from the Amazing Digital Circus, a very
Which is not appropriate for kids.
popular children's animated series on YouTube, which, for whatever reason, has absolutely taken off and garnered over 500 million views in just the first 2 full-length episodes. In other words, it's just another example of these channels exploiting familiar and trusted family-friendly characters for views, and tricking children into watching content that is all but family-friendly. Let's take a quick look at what Neil thinks is acceptable to post.
Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss additionally are not appropriate for kids at all. They talk about sucking on dick a lot. Not appropriate at all. All of them are so insane. All of these thumbnails are so insane. Yeah. Thumbnails, by the way. That's just a
Every
thumbnail.
single thumbnail, every single video on all of these channels completely violate YouTube's content guidelines. However, this isn't even the weirdest part. In his video, The Beak discovered that both of these channels advertised a link which invited anybody who clicked on it the ability to directly message Neil on Telegram, a messaging platform infamous for its overwhelming focus on privacy, with messages sent over there having end-to-end encryption and being, for the most part, completely untraceable. Yet
I'm looking to see. You can see his email address. I don't think that's still there. You can procure his email address regardless, though.
sometime after the
Telegram's
Beak's
not there,
video
though.
was posted, the owner suddenly removed these Telegram links
Oh,
and
well.
changed the contact email for both of the Pomni and Jack's channels. Interesting. Now, I'm not trying to assume the worst here, but I really can't find a reasonable explanation as to why an owner of multiple channels which make over-sexualized Minecraft content targeted towards very young children would ever need to include a direct messaging feature in their About Me section, and more importantly, why would they feel the need to delete the Telegram link almost immediately after being exposed about it? While assumptions can be made, we may never truly know the answer. I was still pretty curious about this Neil guy though, so I did a bit more digging around. Eventually, I had the idea to paste
I'm gonna be real. I don't even make crazy content at all. You know, like I make I make relatively normal content. You could say like the VTuber stuff is weird. Some people think it is, but like I don't think I do anything that crazy. I don't want y'all to message me. Don't message me. In fact, don't direct DM me anywhere. If you have anything you'd like to say to me, say it publicly somewhere in a public forum that is already set up. I'm gonna have you. It's giving kick energy. You know, K-I-K, not K-I-C-K. Ye old messaging platform for weirdos is what it's giving. Oh, you wanna talk on the WhatsApp, bitch? The f is is this?
The channel's original email address into the YouTube search bar, which brought me to a whole bunch more of these channels that he owned, impersonating even more YouTubers like Afmao and Maizen. Then I decided to try the same tactic with this new email and found yet another impersonation channel he owned, which contains another sketchy link, this time leading to a Ko-fi page that sells NSFW content of their characters, which, of course, comes with another direct messaging feature. And just
Weird as you know what? Ko-fi on its own is actually not weird at all. Ko-fi is used really commonly by artists because it's a good way of monetizing your stuff. You can do subscriptions. It's a great platform for like selling your art and stuff that a lot of people use Ko-fi. It's not necessarily weird. Never one time have I ever seen the offer that subscribing to someone's Ko-fi would give you the ability to direct message that individual. That's super weird. Sometimes it's like it'll give you access to like a special subscribers Discord to communicate to them about their art or to support their art or whatever, to get sneak peeks, to get updates, whatever. Never once have I ever seen this used that way. That's weird. That is unusual as hell.
to confirm that despite all the changes, these channels are still owned by the same person. They both use the exact same AI text-to-speech voices and music in their videos.
Pomni, please lather up with the washcloth and also this part of my back.
Okay, Jax, but you're already very clean. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this. Jump onto my bed and strip off all your clothes.
The thumbnails all have the exact same, very specific art style, as if, you know, they were commissioned by the same artist. The titles are all very similar, often using the same set of keywords across all channels, like what is he planning and what is he up to.
No, it's hard for me to even find the video of the like the superhero whatever because there's like 4 videos at least with the same title with a very similar thumbnail. They're variants. They're all weird, by the way. All of them weird as hell. But like, yeah, no, that dude, I'm losing it, man. Dude, I'm losing it.
Also, all of the channels were created roughly around the same time in mid to late 2023. It's a common theme for all of these YouTube automation people and content farms to start all of their channels at once, and that's exactly what happened here, with the Jax and Hasbin Hotel channel even being created on the same day. And most importantly, the NSFW Ko-fi page has perks listed in Russian writing, which just so happens to be the exact same language Neil's real first name is displayed on his old Telegram link. Inappropriate imitation channels, wildly obscene thumbnails, abhorrent YouTube shorts, weird content farm owners that advertise NSFW Patreons and direct messaging features, the long repeated negligence of YouTube, and the result of it all, the potential danger and long-lasting mental health issues of millions of children around the world. This is the Minecraft Kids content rabbit hole. Yet one unanswered question remains. What does the end game of this issue look like? Will it ever reach a boiling point? Will YouTube ever step in? And how do we fix this?
Well, I think either A, that too many of the people making the videos will end up getting falsely flagged or demonetized, and then they just stop making the videos because they can't make money from it anymore, or B, it somehow gets like significant media attention to the point where they actually decide to take action. Because I feel like right now, no one really knows about this stuff or really cares, right? You never hear about it. So I think those are the two options. I don't think anything's really going to change because I feel like they don't have any reason to change anything, right?
And there it is. YouTube, at this current moment, throwing all morals and ethics aside, has no reason to change or fix this issue. Not exactly the resolution you and I were probably hoping for, but unfortunately, it's the honest truth. If you're somehow a parent or sibling of someone who might be at risk of this content, my best advice would be to simply monitor what they're watching online. And
Nah, no internet for the kids. Not until they're 16, probably. I don't know, maybe never. How about we just throw out the whole internet? Let's just do that. I'll just be homeless. Just throw out the whole phone. No, don't give kids phones. No. Don't monitor, because you're gonna, the reality is that there's so much on the internet, and the internet is so big now, it is impossible to make sure. Just don't give them a phone. Give them a flip phone. Give them a little razor. Let them have that little, like, little slay moment of being able to flip that shit open and flip that shit closed. No. Don't give kids smartphones. Don't give kids smart devices. No. Don't let them on the YouTube. Don't let them on anything. No.
if that's too hard, just delete the app entirely and let them watch like
The whole phone.
Arthur or something. I don't know. And lastly,
phone.
thank you for watching.
That shit pissed me off. That is disgusting. Not pissed me off. I'm horrified. I don't even have words for that. That's foul. I don't think that I need to like have any nuance about that. That's disgusting. And again, if y'all saw some of the thumbnails that I saw, I welcome y'all to go look at them if you want to have your day ruined. But if y'all saw some of the thumbnails I saw, you would understand that this is unequivocally by no means even slightly, even a little bit okay. And the fact that that is on YouTube Kids is so foul. Holy shit. I need to like cleanse my whole soul and being for this. That was insane.